Hello friends, welcome to Dreamweaver Crocheting with Love. In today's tutorial, I am going to teach you how to crochet this pretty daisy flower granny square. Now this is very easy to do even for absolute beginners as it involves basic stitches of crochet like double crochets and triple crochets. So let's see how this is worked out. The materials that we need in order to make this daisy flower granny square are a 3 mm crochet hook, scissors. These are the 4 cotton yarns that we'll be using. For making the flower, we'll be using this yellow and purple color. For the leaves, I'll be using this light green. And for making the outer portion, I'll be using this light brown color yarn. So let's begin. To start up with our daisy flower granny square, first we'll be using this yellow colored yarn. Make a magic circle. Now work 2 chains. Now these 2 chains will be considered as the first double crochet, and into this magic circle we will be working 11 more double crochets. So in all we need to work 12 double crochets. Including the first 2 chains worked, in all I have worked 12 double crochets. Now just pull the tail of this magic circle to close it and slip stitch on top of the second chain. So that completes our first round, and now we'll cut this yarn. To make the petals, we'll be using the purple color yarn. So join this yarn into the same space where we have slip stitched. Work 4 chains, and these 4 chains will be considered as the first triple crochet, and into the same space work 2 more triple crochets together. So going into the same space, work 1 triple crochet, but don't complete it. Again yarn over twice and moving back to the same space, work 1 more triple crochet. Now yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops. Since this is the first petal, so for this petal the chain 4 will act as the first triple crochet, and then later on we have worked 2 triple crochets together. Now work 3 chains. Now this is the spacing between each of the petals. Now moving to the next stitch, we'll be working 3 triple crochets together. So yarn over twice, pull through 2 loops, again yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over twice, we'll be working the second triple crochet, pull through 2 loops and pull through 2 loops. Now make the third triple crochets. Now I have 4 loops on my hook, yarn over and go through all the 4 loops. So in this way I have clubbed 3 triple crochets together to form the second petal. Now work 3 chains. So this is a sequence that will be following for the entire round. Since we have done 12 double crochets initially, so at the end of the second round we'll be having 12 petals made up of triple crochets, and each petal will be separated by chain 3 spacing. So just continue with the sequence till the end of the round. After working the last petal using 3 triple crochets together, I have worked 3 chains and slip stitch on top of the first petal and cut my yarn. Now we will be working the third round using the green colored yarn. Insert your hook into one of the chain 3 spaces and pull up this yarn, and into the space we will be working our first corner. For that, work 4 chains. These 4 chains will make our first triple crochets, and into the same space work 2 more triple crochets. Now work 2 chains and going back to the same space work 3 more triple crochets. So this makes our first corner. In the next 2 chain 3 spaces, we'll be working 3 double crochets each. So going to the first chain 3 space, work 3 double crochets. Into the next chain 3 space, again work 3 double crochets. So this makes our first side. Now we'll be repeating the sequence. Into the next chain 3 space, we'll be working the second corner, followed by 3 double crochets each into the next 2 chain 3 spaces. So you have to just repeat the sequence for 3 more times. So I worked the 4 sides of our granny square by repeating the sequence as I mentioned earlier. And after working the last set of 3 double crochets, I have slip stitched on top of the 4th chain and cut my yarn. Now for the 4th and the final round, be joining this brown colored yarn. So insert your hook into the chain 2 space of the corner and pull up this yarn. Into this chain 2 space, we'll be working the first corner. Work 3 chains. This makes the first double crochet. And going back to the same space, work 2 more double crochet. Followed by 2 chains. And going back to the same space, work 3 more double crochets. So I've done with my first corner. Now we'll be working into these grooves over here. So going into each of these grooves, we'll be working 3 double crochets. So going to the first space, work 3 double crochets. Moving to the next, again work 3 double crochets. And into the next, work 3 double crochets. So here we are following the basic granny square pattern. So going into the next chain 2 space, we'll be working the second corner as we have done over here. So from here on, this pattern repeats. So I worked my second corner of 3 double crochets followed by 2 chains and 3 double crochets, and into the next 3 groups we'll be just making 3 sets of 3 double crochets. Just repeat this sequence for 3 more times. So here I've done with my 4th round as per the sequence that I mentioned earlier. So that completes our daisy granny square. Now since I'll be using this granny square to make a pouch, so for me this size is enough. Now in case if you're using the same granny square to make a crochet pack or anything of that sort, then you can work more number of increased rounds as we normally do for a basic granny square. I shall give the link of the tutorial in which I have explained how to work the increase pattern for a basic granny square above for your reference. So you can just refer to that tutorial and work more number of increased rows as per the project on which you are working upon. So that's all for today's tutorial. I hope you found this tutorial very useful. In case of any queries, please let me know through comments. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.